Yeah, you've guessed it. He's back. The running man, Devin Haney. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. So there was some bizarre, strange goings on in the press conference with Devin Haney and Brian Norman Jr. The two fathers were back and forth, as you know, it's been going on since this fight's been mentioned or been put on. Bill Haney stepping up saying he wants to fight Brian Norman Jr. Brian Norman Sr. Brian Norman Sr. is a former fighter himself, so he's been in there, laced up the gloves. He knows what it's like. Bill Haney's never had a boxing fight in the day of his life. Right, we don't know if he's been in sparring or whatever, or if he's been tussling on the streets of Oakland where he grew up. But from where it's looking from here, Bill Haney's not a fighter. So anyway, look, there was some strange goings on in that press conference, man. Devin Haney, at the end of that press conference between the two guys, obviously they're both going to give it back and forth. Devin Haney, a former champion, former two-weight world champion, wants to collect a third belt at welterweight, wants to take on the best at welterweight, and who he believes it is Brian Norman Jr. But listen, Devin Haney bouncing up and down like a rabbit. What the hell was that all about, man? I personally think that Devin was displaying some serious nervous energy there, man. What the hell was that? He didn't stop moving. He was bouncing up and down. There was no rhythm to it either. If you watch him carefully, there was no rhythm to his movement. He even turned his back on his opponent and tried to walk away. Then the security kind of ushered him back and said, no, the face-off's not over. And Brian Norman Jr. just standing there fixed, no emotion on his face. He looked like Drago, bro. Just standing there, no emotion on his face, looking at Devin Haney and thinking, what a effing clown. Why are you dancing around? Is this an indication that Devin Haney's going to run? I hope not. I very much hope not, because look, don't make me have to go through this again. When we had the Canelo fight, I can't remember the name of the card, but the Canelo, that whole weekend, right, of fights, when Canelo fought Skull, stunk the place out, and then Devin Haney fought Ramirez, right? And he stunk the place out and had hardly landed a jab. I mean, there's plenty of content creators that got plenty to say. Shout out to Joe Stunner Boxing. Joe Stunner's got some great takes on this whole Devin Haney situation. So go and listen to him. You want more Devin Haney content and some interesting Devin Haney content, go listen to Joe Stunner, because he's got his own opinion on this. And I don't know. I think Devin Haney was displaying some type of nervous energy in that weigh-in. I think he realizes now he's got probably the best opponent he's ever faced in front of him, a knockout artist, a guy that has rendered his last opponent unconscious to the point where he got amnesia. And he says he's going to do the same to Devin. Devin, obviously doesn't, he's going to step up against Brian Norman. He's going to try and utilize his jab and the foot movement. But again, I've gone off topic. Sorry, apologies, people. Turkey a la Sheikh. This is what we're coming off the back of. Devin put in a stinker. William Skull put in a stinker. Turkey a la Sheikh came out and says, I'm fed up. I do not want to be embarrassed in my own country, putting on fights like this, paying you guys astronomical amounts of money to perform. And we've got Devin Haney running around the ring like a rabbit. Does not want to engage. True Geordie came out and he put a video out there, and it's been doing the rounds on X, and the Devin Haney fans, the Haneyacks, they're pissed off. They're going at True Geordie. I mean, some of these people don't even know who True Geordie is, and they're making videos on him now. True Geordie's got his take. So just like Joe Stunner, go listen to True Geordie. He's got a take on Devin Haney, but like, everyone's anticipating Devin's going to run. That's what the anticipation is. And him bouncing up and down at the press conference, showing some nervous energy, is almost indication he's going to do some excessive movement. Turkey said he doesn't want this movement. He wants people to more. He wants more trading, right? No running around and trying not to engage for 12 rounds. I don't pay you to do that. If you're going to do that, I could bring someone else in to do a better job. So this is going to be interesting. I don't know if you guys can remember when Shakur Stevenson fought William Zepeda. Just after that Devin Haney stinker, he was copping all the flack and saying, oh, Shakur's a mover. Turkey doesn't want any movers. What did Shakur do? Shakur went in there with Zepeda and stood in the pocket and fought that man to a victory. Will Devin Haney do a similar thing? I very, very, very much doubt it. I very much doubt he will. If he does, he's basically risking. It's a massive risk, and his only option to win this fight is to stay elusive and stay away from Brian Norman. But the thing is, if he stays, if it seems like it's running, the fans are not going to like it. I'm sure we're going to hear some type of booing if Devin refuses to engage. The pressure will be on Team Haney. They want to keep collecting those Saudi bags, obviously, and if they're gonna want to keep doing that, then they're gonna have to engage. At some point in that fight, Devin's gonna have to engage, and that's when the problems are gonna arise. Trust me. I firmly got Brian Norman Jr. winning this fight, and I think he's gonna stop Devin Haney inside 10 rounds. Personally, I don't think Devin Haney makes championship rounds. Personally, just my prediction and my observation of what I've seen from the two guys. Devin Haney saying that Brian Norman Jr. is a bum. He's a nobody. He's going to step on him. If Devin's calling Brian Norman Jr. a bum, then this is another cherry pick. Because we all know that the Ryan Garcia fight was a cherry pick gone wrong. And could this be another cherry pick gone wrong? If Devin wins this fight, two-weight world champion says that Brian Norman Jr. is a nobody. He's fought nobody. If he wins this fight, he gets no credit because he already said the man's a bum. Anyway, enough said. Do us a favour, smash the like button, hit that bell for notifications, get all the new latest videos.